14th of Elul, Yud Daled Elul. It marks the Hilula of a really great rabbi. His name was Rabbi Yaakov Elmaliach. Very great rabbi. He was born actually in the English year 1881. Passed away, reported over on 14th of Elul in the year 1961. We're talking about 64 years ago approximately from the time of recording. Now he actually came from great rabbinic auspices. His father's name was Rabbi Shmuel Elmaliach. So he was born actually, reported over in Arum Tsava in Syria. Remember that had a very prominent Jewish community at the time. I believe his mother's name was Rabbanit Mazal Tov. That happened to be her name. Now it's actually interesting. He was a Talmid of arguably one of the most famous Syrian rabbis, Rabbi Ezra Chamui. Remember, we've spoken about him on various occasions. Rabbi Ezra Chamui, he himself had to be his rabbi. I think his rabbi, Rabbi Ezra, lived between the years 1875 to 1945. He was a Dayan, he was a judge, a Baal Tefillah, he was a head of Jewish court. He was known as a genius. Everyone would come to him, everyone was mesmerized with him, and people of all faiths would actually really respect his rabbi, I believe. And he actually was great contact with Rabbi Abadi Shayo, Rabbi Moshe Ezra Mizrahi, and various other great rabbis. His rabbi was, and I think, so that's actually interesting. Also Rabbi Yaakov Dweka Kohen, for example. So hopefully, I do think we did record a video on Rabbi Ezra Hamvi at the time of his Hilula, but I'll have to double check on that. And if we haven't, we will definitely try to include. I think it's around the time period where he passed away, Rabbi Ezra Hamvi. I think on 3rd of December in the year 1945. We're talking about around 78 years ago here from the time of, we're talking about 80 years ago here from the time of recording. Okay, so that's interesting. Rabbi Yaakov Elmaliach will get married to, I believe her name was Rabbanit Jamila, if I'm not mistaken. So I have to double check on that, and from a very great family. I believe he actually got married. She happened to be the daughter of Rabbi Ezra Chamui also, so really a great, let's just say, family heritage in the children. They would have 2 sons and a daughter, it's reported, over. Now, included among his children, it's chronicled over, I think Rabbi Yitzchak Mordechai, and he became prominent prominent rabbi of the Yeshivat Magen David, if I'm not mistaken. Also Rabbi Moshe and Zachaya. I believe, I hope I pronounced the name correctly. That's very, very interesting. So Magen David, famous yeshiva also. Now Rabbi Yaakov Elmaliach would actually live in the United States of America, in Artzot Habrit, as they say in Hebrew. He would deal and work in trade, the great rabbi will. Remember, many of the great Sephardi rabbanim of yesteryear would couple their brilliance within regards to Torah knowledge and Torah importances, while at the same time, let's say, accompany it with the various different trades also, and he was no different in that specific aspect, which we have to point over. He would work also as a shochet, kosher slaughter, he would do, and would really represent the Khalabi community, let's just say, the Aleppo Syrian Jewish community in his vicinity. Now, much more can be chronicled within regards to him. He would become very much, people come to him asking Shelot, various different questions within regards to matters of the realm of Jewish law, halacha, as we say. And he would always try and answer the questions and would help many people with various different Jewish matters that we have to also point out. It's very, very interesting. So he would be dealing with and grappling with various different things. He was known as a very sharp rabbi. He was able to have brilliance within regards to answering questions. He was a tzaddik, a righteous rabbi, and saw the importance, accepting, with the great personality he had, and was very much a people's person. Now, I believe he passed away in New York in the year 1961, it was, to be precise, on the 14th of Elul of that year. And so he passed away. So he was very, very much in touch with many of the rabbis. Remember, there was a very large Khalabi community in the United States of America of yesteryear. So that was especially at that point in time. He would actually author a Torah book called the Visa Yaakov. This was based on various different drushim, and it was a Shelot Shuvot books, as we stated before. He had catalogues of many people who would come to him asking various different questions, Shelot, and he would also always make every effort to answer the various questions that would be poured onto him, important questions, and so on and so forth. So he passed away. It was on the, as said before, on the 14th of Elul, and let's explore a few of the highlights from his book, in the Visa Yaakov, I think on page number 10. I believe this book was printed maybe in the year 1956, about 5 years before he passed away. So one of the teachings he says over here is מלמד שלא יחזיק חידושיו לעצמו אלא יזכה בהם את הרבים. The importance of doing kiruv work. This phrase is actually teaching inside the book, very much so. Over here. So what can we derive from that? Just the importance of kiruv in general, outreach work, and trying to strengthen Jewish communities worldwide. Another teaching, I think, coming from page number 63 and 64 inside the book. מלמד שהזהירות בצדקה היא מצווה נוספת על הצדקה עצמה. This is another teaching, very much featured, I think, on pages 63 and 64. Another teaching, מלמד כל המזכה לרבות הקטן. שאין הדבר תלוי במשה רבנו. Talking about Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, the great leader. This is featured very much on page number 10 of the Vayisa Yaakov. Another teaching, מלמד שהתשובה האחלה לבוא ואין הדבר תלוי אלא בקיומו של עולם. The importance of teshuvah and strengthening with regards to returning to Hashem. Pages 78 and 79, just using notes from Hayami website. Another teacher, Masir al-Gdola Mahmat Shemo Hatov Velo Shzacha Ba Mahmat Oshro. This is once again in the Vayisa Yaakov book, I believe on page number 14 of the book it's featured in. Remember, this book was printed, I believe, in the year 1956, so we're talking about 69 years ago. Another teaching, another teaching of it featured very much on page number 107 of this book. Two more teachings let's look at here from the book. I think featured very much in pages 61 and 62. מלמד בתי כנסת שאינם יפים במראה החיצון אבל קולם כל יעקב. This featured, as we said before, pages 61 and 62. Once again, the book was printed in Jerusalem. And last teaching from the book, מלמד שאם אינה מלמדה לאחרים. This is אינה נקרית תורה חסד. So the importance of teaching other people and inspiring other people within regards to words and wisdom within regards to the Torah. Over here, this is basically very much stressing over. This is very much featured in pages 78 and 79 of the book, respectively. So this is very, very important. And let's explore a bit. You can see on the HebrewBooks.org website, it actually teaches, chronicles over. I believe this book itself features 143 pages in it. As we said before, I believe it was printed in the year 1956, this book was. And I think the Chabad library itself would actually feature much information within regards to this book, which we have to also point out also within regards to that. Yes, I recommend, I think they actually have that. So the book was printed itself in Jerusalem. I think it was printed, it states, I believe his full name was Rabbi Yaakov Elmaliach. He was. And I think it was printed, it's actually, you can see the preface on the internet within regards to it. It was on Rosh Chodesh Nisan of that year of 1956. So we're talking, if we state that, and it actually does associate, if you see the preface of the book itself, it mentions Rab Ezra Chamoy, I believe, who was his father-in-law, a very, very great rabbi. And it says, והיה הרב הגדול, ראש הבית דין סבא דמשפטים, and also quotes the name of Rab Ezra Hamoy within regards to the preface of the book. So I recommend everyone to learn more within regards to that. It is Hilula this week, Yud Daled Elul. It happens to be the 14th of Elul. Don't forget to light candles in his memory, one of the famous rabbis of his time. And very, very interesting. Now, friends, we're a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. Now, if you descend from any of the great chachamim we are speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more information on the great chachamim. If anyone is interested in watching any of these videos, please share these videos also to other people. And many people are interested. So much fantastic feedback we've got within regards to this series. And we're nearing 7,500 subscribers, which is absolutely phenomenal, friends. So we're making progress. Please subscribe to the channel. Sorry, it's just a bit noisy at the moment over here. And don't forget to subscribe. If you dissent from any of the rabbis also we are speaking about, please let me know more information and send me a comment. Any other information we should feature, and so on and so forth. So on that note, just wanted to leave over a special message to everybody within regards to the Torah learning that we're doing at the moment. We are not just recording videos on the great rabbis of yesteryear. What we also are recording, now we're doing information on the various yeshivot all over Israel, Sephardic yeshivot in general. That's another interesting thing that we're doing, an interesting project. We're learning at the different rabbinic programs, rabbinic seminaries there were all throughout the diaspora and the Israeli in Israel itself, respectively, connected to the Sephardic community. We are touring all over Israel. Also, we go to different places in Jerusalem, historic places, archaeological places, synagogues. We are exploring those also. We record with an interesting, great Jewish personality of yesteryear also on this channel. And of current times, sorry. Great rabbis, Jewish personalities of different communities to give us some chizuk, some wisdom to powerade our day. Also, that's something that we also try and include, and we feel it's very, very much important. Also, we do Daf Yomi tidbits, a bit of wisdom from the daily page of the Talmud we concentrate on, which is another fantastic achievement. So I recommend everyone to subscribe because of that. And we also record videos on the Parashat Shvuot, the weekly Torah portion. That's something that we do. And we also do on various different current events. And don't forget also to look at the Yalkut Yosef series that we're doing. We've covered already the entire Hilchot Shabbat with Yalkut Yosef in Hebrew and English, one of the only places that's done more than 100 shiurim on that. So once again, please subscribe now to the channel. It's for free. And join our community. I'm wishing you well. We're about to come into Shabbat Parashat Ki Tetzeh this week, packed full of mitzvot. In fact, 74 mitzvot is featured in this week's parasha. So maybe we all have a blessing, not just for you, also for myself speaking. We're going to enrich our lives in mitzvot. We're coming into Rosh Hashanah at the moment. And please learn more. We spoke about Rabbi Yaakov here today. He passed away in 1961, I believe. So we're talking about 64 years ago from the time of recording. I see there's a lot of people live at the moment. So wishing you well. And I'd like to, please, I'm going to put on the thumbnail also of the video the picture of the preface of his famous book also. So on that note, wishing you well. Thanks for watching and take care. Appreciate it.